Much of the nation, no such worries today here in the Sunshine State and Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. You look at this Jaguar defense. They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to look at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Howard under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devin Lloyd, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, an opening drive sack. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Back to throw. Howard. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 31-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, that's one way, and a good way, to get things going offensively. One play in, and they're already on the move. The defense, they're hoping that's not a sign of things to come as this game unfolds.
19, Charger, 19.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. DK Metcalf, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete. It's Brian Thomas. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Lawrence will throw. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The Jaguars at 9-3 here on the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Thomas has got it, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Lawrence going to move him around a bit. Now they'll audible to something else. Play action. It's Lawrence on the move to his left. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
Go, let's go.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. To try here for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Howard. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. You look at this Jaguar defense. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Johnson running right. Credit the tackle there to Jordan Lewis. These two teams all tied after 1. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Up the middle, Johnson. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The man in motion is Brown. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. He's into the secondary. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. Two division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you talk about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're
looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. 20. 5, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, there's a reason they call him a ball-hawking safety. It looked like he read that, Charles, and he wasn't stopping there. After he got it, he took it all the way to the house to widen their lead.
And what's interesting to me, Brandon, is that our spotter, Bruce Murray, right before that snap, pointed to his number on my play sheet. Got to see him a little bit as a ball hawk and a return man that time, didn't we? That's just the type of play they expect from him, and he delivers in a big way. Nice call, Bruce.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Take right, open. 30 left. There we go.
Lawrence will try again after the pick 6. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. Broken tackle.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Easy. Read a 44. Read a 54. Red.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Uncorks one for Davis.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Oh, I don't know if he's sensing contact to come or what, but that's a ball he'd love to have back. That could have gone for big yardage, but it just didn't want to stay in his hands. That's a tough break.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Here's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Airing this one out for Evans. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Steelers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
He's got a man complete. Down the left sideline. DK Metcalf.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
DK Metcalf with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This fielded right at the goal line.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
And this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Looking long for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Hey, kill. Hey, go. Go.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
Being chased out left. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is fourth down.
Lion. Here we go.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
11. Red on red. Silver.
Now Lawrence.
He'll air it out deep for Thomas. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory.
Hey, let's go.
It's a big play for the Jaguars. 49 yards.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Steps away to his left. This is caught. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Brian Thomas.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jaguars get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 28-14.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Howard.
They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now a play fake here on first down.
Pass complete. George Pickens with it.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one.
Let's go now.
Back to throw again. Buying time to his left.
That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
A great play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Steelers would extend their lead here just before halftime. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
On red.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
11,
Now
11.
Lawrence changing the play. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. And the Steelers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, Charles, you know, it's so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Hey, I'm gun. Silver.
Here's Lawrence. Flushed out right.
And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Now Lawrence.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Steelers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
2nd down and 6 now.
They go to Johnson again. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 22.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Operating from the gun, Howard.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Jags are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
Lawrence. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Bigsby.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
And they'll indeed go for it. Here's Lawrence.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
That's going to be caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
George Pickens
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Steelers are able to stretch out their lead.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Red on red.
Back to throw. Lawrence. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. Now a handoff to Bigsby. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
Hey, let's go.
They're going to try and throw. Eluding the pressure right. And now here is another. Well, he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Hey, Ron. 13 loop. Loop.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Lawrence.
Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
65 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sink right. Here we go.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Looking long for Thomas. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to?
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
This 2nd and 4.
They try the left side with Johnson. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
Here's a give to Bigsby.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Take right open.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
Hey, kill.
Bigsby. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
At the Steelers' 8-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
In a game that hasn't gone your way, you got to throw in the end zone at every opportunity and hopefully climb back in as much as possible. He put way too much on that throw, though, and that shot ends up with nothing.
They run for it with Bigsby.
He's fighting, but they're not going to let him in. Stopped at the 2-yard line. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And the Steeler defense will celebrate the goal line stand. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really. Johnson on its poke free. Football's out.
One of the linebackers has got it.
And it won't count for 6. He's brought down, but inside the 5. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
With his height, that's exactly where you want to put it for him. But even that throw was a little tall to connect for the touchdown.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Lawrence to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
De'Ami Brown.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Jaguars get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to get into the end zone here, although there is a flag down, but this could very well be a hold anyway. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one. Now they'll change things up.
Back to throw. Howard. Flush to his right. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Steelers up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter.
Boswell good with the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
Escaping the pressure right.
And this one caught downfield by Evans.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Lawrence will throw.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the 1st down in the process.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Go, let's go. Hey, go. Silver.
Operating from the gun. Lawrence. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, it would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down.
30 left. Red on red.
Looking to throw. Lawrence dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Alex Highsmith buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Lawrence completes it to Davis. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Dances by at the 20.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.